Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. Welcome to the Division A Town Hall meeting for September the 21st, 2021. My name is David Weitz. I am serving as Administration Manager for this year for District 60. And I am going to go through a couple of things first. If you have any questions, feel free to use the chat. I will be monitoring chat, or later, I believe, Madam District Director, if we want to open up microphones, that's fine as well. Let me know about that. And this is all for you. We have an agenda. We'll go through it in a few minutes. And for those speaking, particularly our presenter, I'm happy to also serve as timer. So I see on the agenda, as you'll see in a minute, 15-minute presentation. I will use the green card at 10 minutes, the yellow at 12.5, and red at 15. And to get started, just remember something. We'll support you, but we support you all the way. District 60 is here to support its clubs and its members. So with that, I'm very happy to introduce our District Director, Anita Patak.
Thank you very much, David. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters. It gives me great pleasure to see many of you here tonight. This is your town hall meeting and the very first one organized by District 60. We really want to know you, know your needs, know your challenges. And I will commend your dedication and commitment to serving your clubs and helping each other to remain strong during this unprecedented time. Keep up the great work you are doing and continue to generate the Toastmasters awareness at work, with your family, with your friends, with everyone. Let's share the benefits and values of Toastmasters. We have gained so much and we really want to share it with other people. And let me go to my next slide. This is the agenda. And now I would like to introduce you to your area directors. Remember one thing, your area directors are here to support you. Anything you need, anytime, just email them or call them, and they will be supporting you throughout your journey. So for Area 11, we have Alec Jovanovic. Area 12, Lisa Stenden. Area 13, Adrian de Souza. Area 14, Gino Aldeguer. And your division director, Marinka Ranasinghe. So this is the group of people who are willing to help you, who are willing to make you successful. Any question, anything that's bugging you, please reach out to them. And still, this is your leadership team. We are also here to support you. Our immediate past district director, Wendy Williamson, David Weitz, our administration manager, Elton Brown, our public relations manager, Angela Ho, our club growth director, Andrew Mertens, our program quality director. And by the way, Andrew sends his regrets. He couldn't make it tonight for a very, very important reason. It's his wife's birthday and we cannot miss that. And of course, you have me. I'm your district director. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to support you anytime, all through your journey. And because this session is mainly about knowing you. I know you must be having so many questions on your mind, and we are here to listen to you and answer as many questions as possible. We will try our best to give you an answer. And let's move to the next slide. So I'm going to ask you a question. How often do you visit the District 60 website? Every day? Once per week? Or never? Are you aware that we do have valuable resources on the District 60 website? So now let's hear from Marinka Ranasinghe, your Division A Director, who will walk us through how to navigate the District 60 website. Marinka, I will stop sharing my presentation now, and the virtual floor is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam District Director. Again, I would like to ask the same question that Anita asked a while ago. Can I see a show of hands, or at least even an emoji if possible, to see how many of y'all have actually used the District 60 website? So we have a mixed bunch, and that is exactly what I wanted, because what we're going to do today is walk a mile in everyone's shoes, in a person who's never been on the website before, and in the shoes of someone who is a professional. And before I start sharing, I am going to make David my timer pinned, and here I go. Can everyone see that? Yes, perfect. So this is how the District 60 website looks like. And I will also send you the link to it after we are done. Now you would see on the right-hand corner here, you see the Facebook icon, you see the YouTube icon, and then even I can't see the rest of it, the LinkedIn icon. These are the links to the district's social media pages. And if you click on them, you will be taken to the district's social media page, and you can see all the news, the updates, and you can even request to share some information if you'd like to, that your club is going to have, say, an open house, and get it promoted on the website. And you also see the Find a Club function, which will take you directly to the Toastmasters International Find a Club. Have any of you used it? I hope you have. And that is just a quick way of finding a club. You can just type in the name, and even if you have the club number, you can quickly find the club. And this is the main page, would have the main news columns, the main information that's relevant to what's going on at the moment, things that are important, like the open house month and campaigning for it. You will also see on the right-hand side, important dates. So whatever is coming up really soon, you will see on this little panel. And if you want details, you can always click on each of them and see what's happening. Of course, September 20th is done, but you could click, say, on the September 22nd and see what's happening there. But for further details, you can always visit the District 60 events calendar. And I'm sure at least 85% of us have visited the District 60 calendar to see when the club officer training is, or an open house in a club, or even when the contests are. And down here, you would see a link to the gavel. Does anyone know what the gavel is? It's actually the District 60 newsletter. So everything that's happening is put in writing as a little newsletter, and it's just a summary of what's going on. And every month it is being updated, and you'll see new things coming up, new articles, and it's very interesting. There's something I really, really love on this very first page, and that's the tip of the week. I find it that sometimes you can use the tip of the week in your meetings. You can start a conversation, even with a guest, a potential member. Just talk about the tip of the week that you read about on District 60 website, and it's very interesting. That is the main page. Now we can go to the tabs. The first one, it's all about District 60. So we know we have the Toastmasters Promise, new to Toastmasters, all the information is there. Even for a new member, you can guide them to read a little bit about what Toastmasters are all about. But what I would concentrate on is the alignment. I am sure being in Division A, you've seen a little difference in your areas. You used to be areas 1 to 5, and now you're 11 to 14. We did have to reshuffle a little bit. COVID didn't really help us. We did have to downsize the division, and we went from 5 areas to 4, but that is not going to stop us from getting more areas and hopefully more clubs. But for that, we all have to work together. And for information on the alignment, you can click here and it will take you to the alignment information of District 60 and District 1 to 3. So District 60, and you'll see the information and what's changed, what's happened, and how things have been rearranged. You'll see your alignment committee and anything that you are interested in. I'm sure whenever you've been to club officer trainings, you've been a little confused as to, should I put my area as 1 or 11, or has it changed yet, or what's going on? So yes, it has changed. And if you previously belonged to area 1, you are now area 11, and so forth. And you can find all that information in this section. Now, how do we get back to where we were, the homepage? You can either click on the Toastmasters International logo or the District 60, and you'll be back where we started. And when we talk about leadership, Anita has done part of my job today by introducing you to the district leaders today. So we do have the District 60 leaders. You've already seen them, and almost everyone is on this call, except for Andrew, or this meeting. And you have your division directors, and you would have members who are helping out with different segments, different parts of making our district better. And you can always reach out to them, and depending on what your need is. For example, we have Pandora, who is the Pathways Chair, and a little later I will be going through the Pathways section, where you can always reach out to Pandora and ask for someone to do the training for Pathways. And there is a plethora of information and contact details for people you would be interested in contacting. Now, going back a little, in the same leadership tab, you would find information about club officer training. Now, this would be important for you to make sure that all the information about your clubs, all the training is updated there. And if it's not, you can certainly reach out to us and let us know, and we'll definitely check and make the changes. You will see which clubs had all 7 club officers trained, and how many clubs did how, basically. So all the clubs will be here. You'll find out, and you'll find out what the incentives are for the year. And that's always the exciting part, because it feels like you're actually rewarding your club officers for doing a magnificent job by attending the training. And then at the end of the day, you can think, yes, I've been rewarded, or they've been rewarded. And there's nothing better than feeling the satisfaction. You also have the separate sections for division directors and area directors. So if I click on the division directors, you'll find the division director information. You can email us if you need any information or help. We're always there to help at any point. You can also reach out to any other division directors. It doesn't have to be me, but of course, if it is for Division A, I would prefer if you do reach out to me. But if it's information regarding any other division, if you need any help about that, I'm sure the other division directors will be happy to help as well. And you do see in the same tab all the council, the district council meetings updates. So everything that happened up to now, all the meetings, all the decisions that have been made, you'll find in this area. As I mentioned before, pathways. You would think that the VP of Ed would benefit from this tab the most. I would say everyone benefits from this tab the most, because as an individual, as a Toastmaster, you could certainly benefit using this tab. It helps you out to understand your pathway, to move through it, and help other members if you'd like to. But the main thing I want to point out in this part is the pathways division trainers. Each division has their own trainer. And if your club wishes to have a trainer for the pathway, you can go to the reference guide and you will find the list of the trainers, and you can reach out to Pandora and just give her a little shout and say, hey, we would like to have someone come and train our club on pathways. And going back to our tabs, you can also download a pathways or path checklist to help your members. If you're a president or a VP of Ed, you can get the path checklist and mark it for your convenience to keep, no, I wouldn't say tab, but track of how your members are progressing through their pathways. The quality tab, quality club, sorry, has information how to make your excellent club even better. And these are the helpful links. I'm sure you've heard about the MOT, CSP, and the DCP. So the moments of truth, the club success plan, and the distinguished club program. And we're all trying to get those DCPs in early on so that by the end of the year, we can relax and say, yes, we are President's Distinguished. And that's again, something wonderful when you see that little 10 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 at the end of the year. So all the information is there as well. It's very helpful. There's a plethora of information, as I mentioned before. Resources. Now, this has literally everything you'd want to. Online resources. If you are a VPPR, it gives you a guide on how to promote your club, what resources you could use. And again, the tip of the week comes up here, how to run speech contests. You do know there are rules when you run speech contests. All of that can be found here. And we do have a podcast, which is on its season 3 right now. There's some really interesting stuff there, and you can learn from a lot of other Toastmasters. And we do have programs, Stage Time, Youth Leadership Program, Speechcraft. If I'm not mistaken, this meeting has a couple or a few of you who are actually part of Youth Leadership Program or Speechcraft. And it's for youth leadership, it's for youngsters 12 to 17, introducing them to public speaking. Speechcraft is for individuals 18 and over, again, introducing them to public speaking. And Gavel Club is for people who are either younger than 18 or are not able to join Toastmasters for certain reasons. And this I want to really, really stress on before David gives me the red light and says, cut it off, Marinka, enough jabbering. I have the events calendar, and that is really, really important. That's where you find everything. You find your club officer training dates at least a month or 2 ahead, so you can plan where or when you will be trained or which division you want to be trained in. You don't have to, I will stress on this, you don't have to attend just the Division A club officer training. If you miss it for some reason, you can definitely join other divisions and get trained. Please do pass that message to your members and your club officers, because I've had a few situations where people said, oh, but the Division A club officer training is over and I can't do it anymore. So if you can let your members know, that would be wonderful. So again, open houses, workshops, there's a lot of things you can find here that you could join, that you could make your club a better club, make yourself a better Toastmaster, and just meet people and learn from them and enjoy, especially during these very uncertain times. And that about brings us to the end of the presentation. I hope I wasn't speaking too fast or run through the presentation, but it is a lot of information that's there on this website. And my best advice would be, after this meeting or whenever you have some time, just go on the website and just browse. You'll find a lot of very useful information. Back to you, Madam District Director.
Thank you very much, Marinka. That was a great presentation. And I have learned so much today, and I'm sure that our members have learned a lot, and we'll be ready to browse the District 60 website whenever you have time. It's full of resources. Give it a try. And if you need any help, your area directors, your division directors, and we are here to support you. And I know it's questions time, so I'm going to share my screen. Here you go, from beginning. Okay, oops. And here we go, time for questions. So it's your time to ask any question you want, and we will try our best to answer those questions. I know, David, in the chat, there were several questions. If you want to take it from there.
Thank you, Madam District Director. I have one question that recently arrived. It's from Lynn. And the question is, may a club have two contests, international and table topics? So I would like to pass that to Marinka. Would you like to try to answer that one? Are you muted?
Okay, yes. Everyone can hear me? Sorry about that. And sorry, David, what was the question?
Oh, happy to repeat it.
Thank you.
May a club have two contests? The contest being international speech contest and a table topics contest.
Thank you, David. Yes, indeed. A club can have the international speech contest and a table topics contest. The only thing is the international speech contest needs to be held during a certain period, whereas the table topics contest can be held at the club's discretion. So you can have it in April or August, whenever you feel like it, because it is just your club, or maybe a few clubs getting together and having a little friendly competition, but that's entirely up to you. Whereas the international speech contest, the club contests ideally should be held in January. The area contest should be held in February, and the division in March, and so forth. So because we do have that timeline, we do advise you not to try and have any other contests in the middle there, so that the contestants are a little ruffled. I hope that helps.
Yeah, thank you, Marinka. And I just want to add that the contest will be online. So if we are looking at the international speech contest at club level, area level, and division and district level, all will be online. Just wanted to add that.
If I could just add one question. Thank you so much for your answers. I wanted to know also if we can run what we were planning on doing at our club, was running the international and the table topics on the same day in January. Having the one contest first, probably the international, and then having the table topics contest afterwards.
I think you can do that having both contests at the same time, but one thing to remember, it's only the international speech contest that will move
Yes.
to the area level. So for fun, definitely, just to make a difference and have some fun, why not? You can have the table topics, humorous speech contest.
Thank you.
Lynn, and I also see that your hand was raised. Was that your
Oh.
question?
Yeah, I was
Okay.
trying to drop it down, but I do have another question, so I may as well ask it. I put
Okay.
something in there and Angela answered it, but I have another question based on what she said. I would like to see the presentation that was done on Monday night. I missed that. And I wondered if the district recorded them and how you access them. And I believe Angela said on the district TV, but I don't know. I've never heard of a district that has a TV channel.
Yeah, so
Okay,
so actually, Lynn,
Angela, let me have
yeah.
some control on this meeting, just
Okay.
so it doesn't become a free-for-all. So I appreciate your willingness to respond. So I'm going to call on you, Angela, to respond.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Lynn, mainly it is in the District 60 TV channel. I just checked, and that one has not been put there yet, if it has been recorded. So it seems like this is a club level a workshop that was sponsored by a club. So that club may or may not have it recorded. So Elton, do you know anything about that particular workshop?
So let me call upon Elton for that one. So again, I just want to maintain some order in the meeting. So
Yeah, that's good.
Mr. Brown, would you have an answer for that? I don't see a response from him.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Elton.
Yeah,
You
so
must-
David, if I may interrupt, okay, we just want to show you where you can go, Marinka. Do you mind just sharing the website, please?
Sharing the District 60 website?
Yeah, the District 60 website.
Absolutely.
And if you look on that screen, you will see the YouTube. Okay, if you click on that, do you mind clicking there, Marinka? And here you are, all the workshops are there, everything you need. So at your own time, pick and choose the one you want to listen and learn from. So everything is there. So on the District 60 website, that little YouTube icon, and you will have everything. Does that answer your question, Lynn? Perfect. Thank you. Thanks, Marinka.
Yeah. Yeah, to answer Lynn's questions, that particular workshop that she's looking for, it doesn't seem to have been posted. So that particular club that ran that workshop may not have recorded it.
Okay, I am not seeing any other comments right now, but we did get some comments prior to the meeting. Sorry, not comments, questions. These were emailed in advance. And the first one is, how often is the calendar updated on the District 60 website? And I think I will send that over to our Madam District Director.
Thank you very much, David. It's an ongoing process. So whenever an event is planned, it is added to the calendar. So if you go there every day, you will see the calendar is being updated. And like for now, the main focus is our club, the membership dues renewal. It's on the homepage, and everything, all the workshops happening in September will be there. And if you are planning ahead and you just want to check out what's happening in October, it's still there. So it is an ongoing process. Thank you, David.
Thank you. So we have a question from Kevin, who sent in a question regarding TechSoup. Did we get that question, or should Kevin restate it now? So Kevin, I'm going to ask you to unmute and restate it.
Yes, okay, thank you very much, David. Yes, the situation is this. We've been working on the possibility of going hybrid and recognizing that there are a number of technical challenges with respect to technology. In addition, as the secretary of our club, I am concerned about record keeping and sharing records and privacy and a whole lot of technological things. And so I started to investigate, and I discovered that a number of organizations, including Google, for example, offer what they call nonprofit rates, or I guess that's the best way of calling it. And I thought to myself, well, as far as I know, Grosvenor Toastmasters hasn't made a profit in the 60 some odd years or whatever length of time we've been in existence. So we probably qualify as nonprofit. But I didn't know how is this. I started to follow through with this, and I found out that there's a group called TechSoup Canada, who are responsible, who have been given the responsibility by a lot of these technology companies, including Google, to determine whether somebody is a nonprofit organization or not. And as I learned further, I spoke to TechSoup the other day, and I learned that a number of Toastmaster clubs across Canada have actually been investigating the same question. And I understand, but of course I have no idea who, but I understand that somebody has contacted somebody in the United States to get an answer on this. And so my question is to the District 60 executive and Chief Mucky Mucks, all of you, is what do you know about this, and can you help?
So Kevin, if I may rephrase the question, your question is, what is our nonprofit or NGO status as Toastmasters clubs?
Yes.
Okay, I will turn that over to our district director.
Thank you very much, David, but I think Elton has something to say about that. Elton, do you mind? You're on mute, Elton. It's okay, Kevin. Honestly, I have never heard about that, but this is something really interesting. And with your permission, I can talk about this to Toastmasters International if you want, because I just want, sorry, you wanted to say something?
My answer is I would love it if you could, because
I will do that. So Kevin, how about we just exchange some emails so that I get the right information before sending this to TI, and why not? Let's all benefit from that. And I really appreciate you bringing this up, Kevin.
Yeah, I think it's a really broad issue. And in fact, TechSoup really didn't want to talk to me because their view is they need to deal with the organization as a whole. And I don't disagree with them. They're quite right.
Okay. Thank you. We will keep in touch, and I will definitely keep you posted on what's happening, and everyone, of course.
Thank you, Madam District Director. Our next question is from, or comment is from Susan, whose computer froze for a moment and asks a question, when does the international contest begin? So I'm going to turn this back over to our Madam Division Director to tell us again, when does the International Speech Contest begin?
For sure. Right. Thank you, David.
Okay.
And it was Susan, right, who asked the question. So on the club level, the international speech contest should be held in the month of January. And the area contest should be held in the month of February. The division level contest in March. And of course, we'll have the district contest held during the spring conference, usually would be in April.
Thank you. So another question that was received prior to the meeting by email is, who updates the calendar? I think I'll turn that one over to our district director also.
Thanks, David. So actually the calendar can be updated by the district leadership team. So the club growth director, the program quality director, the division director, the public relations manager, administration manager. And one thing that I just want to share with you, clubs can also advertise an event on the District 60 website. For example, you are having an open house, and just to remind you, next month in October will be our open house month. How about promoting your open house on the District 60 calendar? And this is when you can reach out to your division director and give her all the information she needs to post that event on the District 60 calendar. So many people, we work together and we just update the calendar for you. Thank you, David.
Thank you. And now we have a question from Alex about membership. Alex, is this a general question or do you have something specific you'd like to ask?
It's more specific. So I know that the consensus feedback from the clubs is about membership. They're having some challenges making meetings happen, or as the meetings are put together, they've only got so many people to do them, so they're having to do double roles and things like that. So last year, Toastmasters International had a good campaign to promote membership. I'm curious to know what the effort will be like this year beyond the membership renewal. I think the clubs will be interested to hear about that as well.
So this is a question about membership. I think perhaps this ought to go to our club growth director. Would our club growth director like to respond?
Yes, sure. So yeah, there are promotions that are from last year. It also exists this year. So on our District 60 website, if you go under resources incentives for 2021-2022, there are incentives that's listed from District 60 that includes incentives from Toastmasters International regarding club growth, such as the club membership campaign. So the Smedley Award campaign, August the 1st to September the 30th. The Top Up Toastmasters campaign from February the 1st to March the 31st. Beat the Clock from May the 1st to June the 30th. So for if clubs have added 5 new dual or reinstated members during these campaign periods, then they will receive a ribbon and a special discount of 10% off the next TI order. And as mentioned, we're having the open house campaign next month, all of next month, and again in all of April. So the club that has grow 5 or more new members during those periods will receive a $25 US gift certificate to shop at the store. There's also the challenge 8 is great. So for the entire Toastmasters year, there will be a draw that will take place. One club from each division will receive $100 in TI International gift certificates. So there's additional entry per club will be entered for each draw for an additional set of 4 new dual or reinstated members. So there's also the individual membership campaign for the individual that would sponsor 5, 10, or 15 members, and there's recognition for that as well in getting a blue pin for 5 members, burgundy pin for 10, 15 will receive a discount of 25% off of the TI purchase. There's also Beat the Clock initiative from May the 1st to June the 30th. And so there's all that that you would receive, you know, so it could be a motivator for additional clubs to receive a $50 US gift certificate for 5 new dual or reinstated members. So it's all there in our incentives website. Is that what you're looking for?
So that is helpful. Thank you. I think these are great incentives for the clubs to really kind of push for membership. In my experience, I think they're doing that, but they're having some challenges still attracting more people. So last year there was some push on the social media channels to get that out. I remember seeing an email towards the end of the year that was like, heads up, you know, you should be expecting people contacting you about membership. So I think like you need to have a two kind of sided effort to this. And my question was a little bit more towards the Toastmasters International side. Like, is there any magic happening behind the curtains to push for a new membership that the clubs need to know about?
And Alec,
Nita.
this is a great question. I know, like, for the past couple of years, TI Toastmasters International has been sending us a list of potential members who were trying to contact clubs and then ask the clubs to get back to those members. So what happened this year? This is what I heard, Toastmasters International, they will stop sending us that list, but they are working on another plan on how to get membership to our district. And we are trying our best to see what we can do to have more members. And I know Elton, our public relations manager, is working on several campaigns to see how we can attract members from different age group. And Elton, if you are not on mute, do you mind just saying a few words about your TikTok campaign and about the Facebook campaign that you are planning on doing to attract members? You are on mute again. I think there is an issue. So Elton is working on a campaign to attract new members. There is a TikTok campaign where the idea is to get youngsters to join Toastmasters. And again, you have the open house. And one thing that I want to share with you. So last month or several weeks ago, I was looking at the TI dashboard, just to give you an idea what's happening. From July 1st to August 28, we had 165 new members. So out of those 165 new members, there were about 15 former members. And those former members, they were members who joined Toastmasters. I would say, I did check the join date and they joined like 7-8 years ago. But why are they coming back? There is something special happening. And I would encourage you, a VP membership club president, how about reaching out to your former members and inviting them to the open house? I'm sure many of you will be doing an open house in October. And we had like almost 150 new members who joined clubs in all divisions. And I know Division A had a high rate for that. So these are the ways we are trying to look into, to have more members joining clubs, and everything will be about all the campaigns the PRM is working on. Is that okay, Alec? Did I answer partly your question?
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you. I think too, just to provide some feedback, this year and last year are obviously unlike any other years we've been through before. I think to like the way that the executive roles are structured, the clubs have to rely really strongly on one individual to kind of push that out. And I think now, given the circumstances, what I've done at one of the clubs is encourage them to actually kind of just bring the execs together and then just focus on membership, like make it a task force or get like pool your resources instead of relying on one person, because in most scenarios, that one person you won't get as much as if you really kind of put people together, given the need to actually increase the membership for some clubs. So that's so that helps. And I think the clubs have to kind of readjust a bit too and think a little bit differently.
Thank you, Alec.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Alex, you know, to have committees to look at particular aspects of membership growth, and whoever starts the committee, you know, they can get credit for it. It's a level 5 project in many paths. It's a high performance leadership, so that can count for that.
Great conversation. Thank you, everyone, for that. I see that Susan has her hand up, so she must have a question. Susan, before we go to you, I want to point out to everybody in the chat from Elton, who may be having some technological issues. He points out that there's a document on the TMI website to download that proves that we are not for profit. So Kevin, if you have a question about that, I'm going to direct your attention especially toward that.
Could I respond to that? Just to help everybody out. I am already aware of that document, and I actually provided that document to TechSoup Canada. But the criteria or the standards or the legal standing of our nonprofit status is not the same in Canada and the United States. I don't know all the details of that legally. That's clearly something that needs to be discussed at a higher level.
Okay, so I agree. Let's take that email between yourself and Anita to take this one offline and further discussion in that direction. We're going to go next to Susan and then to Lynn. Susan, where did you
Sorry,
go?
I
There
was
you are.
on mute, sorry. One quick question to Anita.
Yeah.
This information that was being shared about former members or members who are looking for clubs, who is that shared with at the club level?
Okay, so what TI does in the past, TI was sending that list to the club growth director, and she was the person who submitted that list to the area directors, who in turn submitted that list to the club president and VP membership.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Lynn has asked the question, when will clubs with 7 members trained receive their free path? How do they access it? And that would be a great question for our PQD, Program Quality Director, although he's not able to be here tonight. So I'm going to forward that to our district director.
Okay, yes, for the pathways incentives, I know that that Andrew is working on that, and so this time it will be easier because there's no shipping, no handling, and we won't be waiting for a long time for the post office. And once we have everything, all the details, because I know that Andrew is waiting on some clubs to submit some names, and hopefully this will be, I would say, end of October, but I will pass on that message to Andrew. And if you don't get anything by end of October, I'm to be blamed. So you have my email address and just tell me, hey, you said end of October, where is it? But I'm going to work on that with Andrew. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have another question as well with the Zoom discount. The presidents all received that. As soon as it came through from Toastmasters International, I sent it in for Keynote, and I wasn't allowed to send it in for my other club where I'm president. I contacted TI, just in case anybody else is a president of 2 clubs. I contacted TI. They said they'd had a lot of complaints about that, told me who to contact, and I did. And 2 days later, the code came through from my club in Ottawa, which I just submitted last Friday. And the code came through, I think, on Monday, but I didn't get anything for the club in Toronto. And I'd submitted that like 3 weeks ago, maybe. And do you know, did everybody who's a president get a code sent to them? Anybody who's here who's a president, did you get the code for your Zoom sent to you?
So to answer that one, I'm going to ask any club president to raise their hand because we have to be cognizant of time and get more questions in and answers. So if you are a club president and did receive the code, please raise your hand. So I see Elton raised his hand.
He's on mute.
He's on mute. And no one else? I'm not seeing any other hands.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next question is from Renee. So last term, we had some clubs struggling to get back to their base of 20 members. Even though they were doing very well with their education goals for DCP, they couldn't meet their base. Has TI thought about relaxing that requirement? Was there any, now my mouse is frozen. Here we go. Was there any stats about how many clubs were affected? So I know a number of clubs had this issue last year. Do we have any answers on this one? I'm going to ask probably, this is quality again. Anita.
Unfortunately, Renee, we haven't heard anything from TI as of now. And we are hoping to expect some good news in our inbox very soon, but I don't know, fingers crossed. Let's hope we have something good from TI for those clubs. And you will be the first one to know through your area directors, should we get something that we can share with you.
Thank you. And there was a comment from Angela in the chat about clubs using Free Toast Host. You can get members, guests or members that have joined the club in the past. You can obtain their contact info at the time they contacted the club or was a member. So please refer to the chat for that. And we have another question that was emailed to us in advance of the meeting. This one is, how far into the future are activities updated to the calendar, such as contests, training, and other activities like that? And I think I'll turn this over to our district director also.
Thank you, David. So activities are uploaded as far ahead as it's known, because the sooner the better, so that the members can become aware of the event and make plans to attend. So, and you have, if you go to the calendar, you might have events until maybe December or January, but we plan ahead, and we aim to provide you with all the information you need to allow you to allow you to get everything you need to work with. Thank
Excellent.
you, David.
Thank you. So that concludes all the questions and comments I have. Are there any others? Please raise your hand. Okay, it looks like we've satisfied everybody tonight. As we said, we support everyone. So all the way. I forgot to mention that first. We support everyone all the way. So if we've supported you all the way, please show us we did. Raise your hand, clap. Excellent. Madam District Director, back to you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Again, time flies when we are having a good time, right? And it has been a pleasure having you tonight, and I wished we had all the members in Division A. And like I said earlier, this is our very first town hall, and we are having more town halls until October 13. But still, if you want to join another town hall in another division, you can do so. And what should I say again? I just wanted to share my screen for 1 second. And where is it? Can you see my screen? No. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I don't know what I'm sharing, so I'm going to stop sharing that. So again, thank you very much, everyone, for your time tonight. It has been a pleasure meeting all of you. Keep up the great work you are doing, and work together, be strong. So I know we have been very strong and resilient since we were hit by this pandemic, and we have found ways to continue what we are doing, and there have been many opportunities open up to us, because right now we are just in front of a screen, but there is that connection. I can see it, I can feel it, and I would encourage you to continue doing your meetings, encourage your members to join the meetings, and remember, reach out to the former members, because if you have members who have been Toastmasters for 7, 8 years ago, left the club, and then are coming back, there is something happening. Reach out to them. And on this note, I would say thank you very much. If you want to stay for a few minutes to chit chat, we are here to listen to you. And thank you again. I appreciate seeing all of you tonight. And thank you, David, Angela, Elton, Marinka. Thank you for this great presentation. And thank you to our area directors. Your area directors are here to support you. Feel free to reach out to them, and they will definitely help you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night, and we will talk soon. And Kevin, I have your information. We will keep in touch. All right. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. Thank you.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, nice to connect with you. Take care.
Good.
Yeah, great job, Marinka, on the presentation.
You were amazing,
you.
Marinka.
Yeah.
This was great. Wow.
It was good.
Yeah, we had our
Yeah.
first town hall, and I'm so
Thanks.
happy that it happened. I was like, since July, you know, Angela, I was like, I want to do a town hall. We want to do a town hall. And yes, it happened. So
It
now
happened.
we are
Yes.
better prepared for the next one.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Now, I just try to keep it as simple as possible so people don't get bored. But I also wanted to give as much information.
No, because you touched on the main things and the way you went through the tabs and all the important
Mhm.
parts, and this was fabulous. Thank you so much. Thank you, Marinka. You did
Thank
a
you
great
so
job.
much.
You were good. Amazing.
Have a good night.
Good night.
I'll
And
see
David,
you next time.
yeah. Oh, on
Yeah.
Wednesday. Oh, yeah. You on
Yes, yes.
Thursday. Okay.
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah. David, you were fabulous. Great way of hosting that. There was the ambience and everything. It was so relaxed.
Thank you.
Yeah, I loved it. Thanks for timing, David. You saved me. 'Cause I was
Oh, no
like, oh
worries.
dear.
No,
With
that's
years
great.
of Toastmasters experience,
Yeah.
just,
Mhm.
just natural,
Yeah, good. And Marinka, as you know, this is being recorded. If you want, you can share it with clubs in Division A if they want to see what happened, because this town hall was for all the members.
Yes.
But it's okay.
yes.
I don't mind. Even though we had like 20 people, they will go out and share, and we will see how it goes. And if we have
That's
to do
true.
if we have to do another one next March,
Mhm.
we will do it again.
That's what I was thinking, that maybe next time we should try and aim to get more numbers. And I think it will happen naturally, because whoever was here tonight will probably talk about this
Yeah.
and maybe get the executives interested, or even
of course.
members. So hopefully,
Mhm.
fingers crossed, and we'll have more turnout next time.
Mhm.
Thanks again,
Yeah.
Marinka.
No problem. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks,
Good
Angela.
night.
Thanks, David.
You're
Oh,
welcome.
one thing done. Check. I'm so glad
Yeah,
that town hall is
it went
over.
really
and
well,
It
Anita.
went on very well,
Yeah.
yeah. And I really like the way people connected, because it was kind of casual. And even though we, let's say I didn't know something, I was like, yeah, I don't know, but I will try to find it for you. And
Mhm.
no, I really enjoyed that. And it was great. I'm glad it happened. This
Yeah, I
is,
think it was like, it was very engaging, I found that,
yes.
people were asking questions, they were talking, they
Mhm.
were interested, in Toastmasters and how they can make
That's
their club
true.
better.
Mhm. And
So it
Marinka
was-
did a fabulous job with the website. And I think people were impressed, because I was looking at all the faces, and looks like those people have never been on the website. I mean, some of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it was great.
And Andrew did an excellent job again with preparing a guide for the website. I think it was shared with you as well, David.
Sorry?
There was a guide that Andrew has prepared for how to navigate the website, and
Yes,
this is really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that going to be sent out to the clubs, or what's the plan?
These will be sent out to the division directors, and later on this is the first one, and we will see how it goes. And this is something worth sharing with the clubs at a later stage. Yes, and we can have it on our District 60 website and ask people to go there to see how to navigate this website.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we are good. Thank you very much, Angela. And
Yeah,
David,
thank
of
you.
course.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, David, great job with moderating.
Thank
So-
you.
Yes,
And
you
just,
are amazing.
just wanted to keep it, under control and
No,
not become a free for all. So
no,
thank
that
you.
was perfect.